All right, so today I'm going to be breaking down and explaining a topic that I know a lot of you probably have, and that would be why women secretly hate the men that they're attracted to. Today I'm going to be explaining to you why she actually wants control and how women will oftentimes secretly not even like the personalities of the men that they're actually really attracted to. Like the men that they want, the men that they desire to sleep with. These men, they might not even like on a personality level. In fact, they would probably never want to date them or be in a long-term relationship with them. But you will notice that oftentimes this is constantly the men who they really desire night after night, especially in the bedrooms. So because of that, I'm even going to show you why most of this will never make logical sense in your mind, and you really just have to start to accept female nature for what it is. Now, I don't swear very much. You guys know I don't use a whole lot of swear words on this channel, but I have to read this word for word because this is what one of the guys in my community sent to me. So we are at over 1,700 guys in our community now. I'm literally just going to read what he said word for word because I wasn't asking for this. I don't expect this, okay? I just make what I make and my work speaks for itself, and this is literally what people say. He goes, "Hey Casey, not sure if you read these, but you deserve to be written anyways." He goes, "I learned so much from your YouTube. I figured I'd be happy to give you $50 a month even if your course was terrible." He goes, "However, this community is not shitty at all. In fact, it is incredible. The level of detail provided in language of women literally blows my mind. In the front end game section, there are over 10 videos. You could have easily only made 3 videos and no one would have blinked an eye. You've changed my life for the better. I'm so happy I found your work at 22. Thank you, brother." This is what he said, okay? What I did was I created step-by-step processes inside of the language of women that any guy can copy-paste into his dating life and follow. And I will admit, I'm very proud of what I made. I want you to check that out after today's video is over because it took me so many months to put together. It truly is my life's work. So this is why women secretly hate the men that they're attracted to, and it's really because she wants control, okay? So women can be attracted to you, but hate you as a person. This is what I found to be true in my own dating life. This is what I've seen to be true across numerous other guys' dating lives. Okay, she could say things like, "He's so rude, I hate his attitude, I hate his personality, I have nothing in common with him, but he's so hot." This is typically how it works, okay? So that means all of the things that make you an attractive man to gain romantic access will typically be all of the things that she claims she dislikes about you. This is all the stuff that she hates about you, while simultaneously giving her every reason to see or know that you are a bad long-term companion or boyfriend. So even though she knows that this guy is not a good long-term companion or boyfriend, those are the reasons that she's very attracted to him right there in that moment. Okay? Now, another thing that you're going to find is this, okay? Majority of modern women will optimize their dating strategy to maximize lust, okay, and fantasy-based romance. Very rarely will they do what's good for the long term in a relationship, okay? So everything that spikes her romantic desire in the short term is exactly what they will typically claim that they hate, okay? If she says things like, "He's so rude, he was narcissistic, he doesn't really care about how people feel." If she says these things and then you follow that up with a question and you say, "Well, did you sleep with him?" most likely she will say yes. So this is what you have to know is a lot of the negative behavioral traits that women claim they dislike is exactly the men that they're sleeping with. Okay, so this is why I'm telling you women will oftentimes secretly hate the men that they're attracted to, because I personally believe that they don't even necessarily like that they're attracted to that. It's just how they are. So here's what you're going to find. The internal traits, how a man acts, okay, that gets him laid, is what she knows will make him a bad long-term companion. She knows this. Oftentimes what she'll try to do is look at him as a project that she wants to figure out or change, so that way she tries to change him or fix him, so even though he appears as if he's a bad long-term companion now, her hopes is that she can fix him up and change him into something that he's not. And she will probably spend months or years trying to do it, okay? And that's just how it goes. That's what you kind of have to just know. So I'm here to just kind of tell you the truth and deliver these things. So this is what you have to know, okay? A woman can love you as a man, your personality, and even you as a boyfriend or a companion, while feeling little to no romantic or sexual interest in you as a man. She could love all those traits about you, and she could literally feel nothing when it comes to her romantic desire. But she knows that you're a good long-term companion, so that's the role that you have been placed into. That is the archetype you've been placed into, okay? Women will only get into a long-term relationship with men who they can really control on an emotional level. So if you're a man and you watch a lot of my content, it's going to be pretty hard for a woman to manipulate you emotionally. So women will only get into a long-term relationship with the men who they can control or manipulate easily on an emotional level. It's what you have to know. Women will claim that they want a masculine leader. If you ask women what they want, they will say things like, I want a masculine man and I want a leader. I want someone to lead the way and, be assertive and all of that. Women will claim that they want that. But in reality, it typically will play out completely opposite. What they really want is control over him and control over his emotions, which gives her the security because he's able to be manipulated emotionally. This gives her security because she wakes up every day and goes, well, he's not going anywhere. He appears to love me. I know that he's always going to be a companion for me. He will never leave me. It looks like I can control his emotions. This is the man that she ends up staying with because he is safe when it comes to her own emotions. Okay? So women only get into real relationships, okay? Or women only get into real long-term relationships with the men that they can control. This is what you have to know. A lot of the beliefs that you hold are probably incorrect, and that's why I'm here to help you out. So here's what you have to know. If you can't be controlled or manipulated in a relationship, like if it's not possible for you to be controlled or manipulated emotionally in a relationship, she is probably not going to want you to be her boyfriend. So a lot of you guys out there want companionship. A lot of you guys learn this stuff and you think that it's going to help you gain access to more options romantically, but what you really want deep down is companionship. Well, I'm here to tell you this. If you're the type of man where you cannot be emotionally manipulated, she is probably not going to look at you as a boyfriend, okay? Because she sees that you value your time more, okay, and will not go along with the program that she's trying to put you on. When she says, baby, can we go here? Baby, can we drive all across town to look at the flowers for 2 hours? Baby, can we go over to the mall and look at this for 3 hours? And all of this stuff that you have to do when you're a boyfriend, she obviously needs someone to go along with that, who wants to spend time with her. Well, typically a masculine man or an assertive man or a man who values his time looks at those things as a complete waste of time. And he knows that him doing those things is not going to increase her desire level for him in the bedroom, so he just doesn't even do them. This is what you have to know, okay? Because she sees you value your time more and will not go along with her program, okay, what you're going to see is that women will typically only date or marry men who do. Women only will date or marry men who go along with their program and invest their time into a bunch of meaningless stuff that doesn't actually give them an ROI, a return on investment. So what women do is they date or marry yes men, okay? Men who say yes, and what women do is they sleep with men who say no. No, I don't want to do that. And then she goes, oh wow, he has backbone. He values his time. He must be assertive. Okay? Keep that in mind. So what we have right now is we have a lot of guys learning stuff. We have a lot of guys learning game, learning how to be alpha, all this stuff. But deep down, they actually want companionship. And this is really holding them back, okay? Like this is really, really holding them back. And you have to know this because not only is it holding you back, you have to get a little bit clear on your intent with what you want. Now, I'm going to get close on the camera right here so this really sinks in so you understand this. Let's look at this last column right here. Okay, stick with me. If he can be emotionally controlled, if he can be emotionally manipulated, okay, if she can get him to become weak, okay, and emasculated, this gives her a few things that most men are unaware of. Number one, it gives her certainty that he is not leaving. So if he can be controlled emotionally, that's a good boyfriend for her because he's the opposite of what a masculine, attractive man would be when it comes to romantic desire in the bedroom. If he can be emotionally controlled, manipulated, or weak, or emasculated, this gives her, number one, certainty that he's not leaving. Number two, it gives her access to consistent money or resources because she knows that he will probably continue to earn money. And number three, it's going to give her certainty in having an emotional companion because he's not going anywhere. That's what all of that does. So the more you observe these things, here's what you're going to find. Okay, women will only get into relationships with men who are okay with spending their time and doing things that do not bring an ROI, a return on investment. So most men, they will go on this journey of becoming masculine and developing themselves and their identity of who they want to be in this world, and they start to realize that they only have a limited amount of time, so they don't want to spend that time going to the park or going to the museum or going shopping all the time. They want to use their time and their hours for what's going to make them a more attractive man. And she's not going to like this because you're on a status increase journey. Okay, keep that in mind. So let me give you an example, okay? The guys who she wants to date, he will happily spend 4 hours at the park or the museum. He's patient, he listens well. Another thing that he might do, let's say he takes every weekend off to drive to a different city to go see her and her family and her uncles and her brothers and sisters and everything. He shows up to all of the couples dinners with her other girlfriends and their significant others, and then she goes, okay, that's my boyfriend. But that's what you have to know. The men that they're attracted to in the bedroom, she typically hates those guys, but she's still going to sleep with them. The guys who are attractive, he might have no money and nothing going for him, but she's still going to sleep with him. She needs that aspect too, and very rarely can she find both in the same man. It's a consistent battle that she'll almost always have to go through in her own relationship life. So guys, since I've created literally the best community on planet Earth, in my opinion, for men to actually start to grow and learn and understand and master the language of women, I want you to join us inside of that too. Check out what I made for you. It's down below. It's in my bio. It's in my description. You will see so many testimonials of guys having success in their own dating life, and that is why I want to help you. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.